Hey, hello, my friends, and welcome to another beautiful Friday morning mailbag session with myself, the marketing wizard. And I'm going to turn my music off here. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Oh, I've got Cindy's question up there. There we go. Welcome, you guys to the Marketing Wizards Inner Circle. And I am super excited to be here. We have some phenomenal questions that we got from the audience and we have something incredibly special to go over today, and I think you're going to absolutely love it. So this is a relatively new technology that we're bringing out, and it's really cool. I think you're going to absolutely love the way this thing works, and it's going to be very exciting to help you with your lead generation for this month and into the 2024. So without further ado, welcome everybody. My name is Michael Bridgman, and I am the head wizard here at the Marketing Wizards Inner Circle and the CEO of Time Marketing and Consulting. And you, my friend, are a phenomenal, fantastic small business owner, ready to rock and roll, ready to do some amazing things with your company. So positivity and kindness, you guys. Paw, as in, me in the pet business in my retail company. Yeah. So I'm really excited. If you're on here live, please say hello and let us know how you're doing. If you're watching the recording, put a 2 into the comment section. That would be great. If you're watching this live, give us a 1 in the comment section. And I'm curious to hear from the audience this particular time around as well. So for anybody who's watching here live, I'm curious to hear from you. Just a little bit about how your Q4 is heading. Are you happy about your results so far for the year of 2023? I mean, we've got a few weeks left. I think there's 22 days left here, 22 and a half or so days left of 2023. Are you happy? Are you in love with your results from the year of 2023? I'll be totally honest. I'm not completely thrilled with the results that I got in 2023. There were some gaps. There were some pieces that my companies and I could have totally improved on. There's some things that I would have loved to have done and done more effectively. There's some areas that we really accelerated in, like we really did well in. We launched several new products with my marketing agency, and we were super successful in a lot of those. So I'm really happy with that. And then there were some other things that didn't go as planned. Such is the life of an entrepreneur, right? Such is the life of somebody who is creatively building things over and over and over again, launching them to an audience and going, okay, how did this work? What can we learn? How did this go? And so it's an ongoing iterative process, meaning that you're always working, my friend. You're always working to take that next step, to be that next version of you. And it's not always a straight line. Pardon me. It's not always a straight line. So if you're on this journey, if you're playing this game, then congratulations. The objective here is to win the day, because you can't guarantee what's going to happen tomorrow. I think a lot of people get focused on, everything that I touch has to turn out. Everything that I do has got to work. The fact of the matter is that your ultimate goal, if you use an athlete, you want to be an Olympic athlete, your ultimate goal is to perform at your best, at your absolute best when the time comes. And people train their whole lives for a 30-second race, 15-second race, 10-second race. And so it's just to perform at your optimal when the bugle sounds. And so you're going to go through ups and downs, and you're going to bump into things, and that's okay. That's totally okay. You're supposed to do that. This is an adventure. This is a journey. This is an incredible roller coaster ride of amazing activity. And congratulations on being here. It's sticking with it. It's staying in the game that is the most important aspect. So if you're busy staying in the game and you're still here and you're going, no, I want to build this company, I want to launch this product, I want to provide this great service, I want to transform people's lives with what we do, then you, my friend, are in the right place at the exact right time. Okay? So without further ado, as I said, if you're on here right now, just put in the comment section. Are you put happy in if you're really happy with your 2023 year, or put working if you're still working towards finalizing this year in an amazing way, which is exactly where I would be at. I am happy but not yet satisfied, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's jump into some of the questions, and then we've got 3 really great questions we're going to dive into today. But then the other part is I'm going to show a product today. I'm going to show a really cool thing today near the end of our mailbag. And if you are into creating an engaged audience and really driving lead generation and adding to your database and getting people to raise their hand and say, I would love that. I'd love that, please. Then you're going to want to see this tech. You're going to want to see what this really cool tech can do. So, but first off, let's get to a question. So our first question is from the wonderful and the lovely Miss Sonia. So Sonia and I were in a conversation at the first part of this week, and she just looked at me and she was like, Michael, I know you're talking about this stuff, but is Facebook even still worth doing? And for those of you who know me, you probably know what my answer was going to be, right? And the answer, pardon me, is, well, sorry, I'm answering a question here online, you guys. Okay, perfect. If your audience is there, if your ideal client is there, then absolutely it's worth doing, right? If your ideal client spends a lot of time on Facebook, then you are absolutely in the right place if you're posting content on Facebook, right? Makes perfect sense. So you need to be doing social media content, Sonia, where your ideal client is, where they're hanging out. And if you're doing that, then it's far more likely that they're going to be seeing your stuff, far more likely they're going to be engaging with your stuff, and it's far more likely that you'll be speaking to them in a way that totally makes sense to them, right? So is Facebook still worth doing? The answer to the question is, if your ideal client is there, then yes, Facebook is still worth doing. Now, what is Facebook really good at? So for the longest time, you guys, Facebook has been very good at creating communities, way more effectively than a lot of the other social media apps. Now, Twitch is great. Sorry, guys, my chest. Twitch is great for if you're like in the younger crowd and the gaming industry. So those things are like, there's some communities that are really good that are outside of Facebook. But Facebook is better at creating communities and groups that are about a specific topic or subject. So if you're in the midst of that, then yes, Facebook is really, really good at that. And you can engage people in a great way inside this community. Now, there's a caveat to this, though. Okay. And as much as I'm broadcasting to Facebook right now in groups, on pages, here's one thing that is changing. And in fact, in the new year, we're going to be shifting our own Marketing Wizards Inner Circle community group from being predominantly a Facebook group to actually being a private group that's housed in our BAMO software, for example. And so there's a lot of software coming out, Sonia, that if you're building groups and building communities, you can actually contain it in the software rather than on Facebook. And that does 2 really important things for you. Okay? 2 really important things. One, it gives you the power to control the group. Okay? Because right now, if you're building a Facebook group, powerful, valuable, awesome, easy to invite people in. Great. The only tricky part is that Facebook controls the flow of information, right? You post something, but does your whole group see it, right? Does everybody know? You can do the everyone tag, but a lot of people ignore those tags now. Those have gotten kind of old. So there's an element of communication breakdown that happens in a Facebook group that if you're housing the group on a different platform, that problem doesn't occur. It just doesn't occur, okay? So that's one part of it. The other part is that communication-wise, right, or data, I should say, you can contain and you can get a database of people. Right now, a lot of the training that I've taken for building Facebook groups asks people to submit their email addresses and phone numbers and contact information before they even get into the group. So you've got a way of prompting people, okay? But here's the thing. If you have a software tool that's creating the community, right, that you house the community in, and it's not on Facebook, then you can ask for that information for permission access, and it immediately goes into the database that you're storing all this information in. So the ease of use becomes far, far more effective. Okay, so to answer Sonia's question in a very long-winded way, is Facebook still worth doing? If your ideal client is there, then absolutely, yes, Facebook is still worth doing. Okay? And my community is there. Like, I do a lot of business on Facebook. The other part to that is if you're focusing on Facebook groups, I would encourage you to realize that there are some tools that are coming out that can do the groups as well. You can even do them in conjunction, but it allows you some more control over how you want to communicate and what's going on inside that group. Okay? All right, cool. So that is question number 1. Question number 2 from Denise. Do I have a number 1 marketing tactic that I always use? So, a number 1 marketing tactic that I always use. Now, for me, you guys, there is strategy, okay? So highbrow, like 30,000 foot, there's marketing strategies, okay? And then within a strategy, there are a number of tactics. So for example, you can go, our strategy in the, for my car business, for my automobile retailer business, for my, what I'm looking for, dealership. Holy cow, that was tough. Okay. So my number 1 strategy for my dealership is to be the best price on all used vehicles locally, right? Like that's our strategy. We want to be the best price. So we're going to price match. We're going to do everything we possibly can to be the best price. The tactics, okay, and you can argue whether that's a good strategy or not. That's not the point. But the tactics to execute the strategy could be radio ads, could be Facebook ads, could be Instagram ads, could be YouTube ads. It could be doing big contests. It could be running, 6-week promotions that are giving away all sorts of stuff during that time. So there's a number of tactics that could fulfill the overarching strategy, which means we will never be beat on a price for a used car, or we'll never be beat on prices for our cars, period. Full stop. That would be the strategy. The tactics and how you're going to get the word out are different. So do I have a number 1 marketing tactic, Denise? No. No, I don't. I don't. It would be irresponsible of me to say that I did. I don't think, for me personally, I don't see marketing tactics being number 1 because it's based entirely on the strategy, and tactics will wax and they'll wane. They'll be good and then they'll be bad. Facebook ads used to be a tremendously good tactic for a number of industries. Then a few years ago, that iOS update came in and it really reset the bar. The same as you hear Gary Vee talk about buying Google ads for wine 14, 15 years ago. Phenomenal tactic. Now, not so good. So tactics will wax and wane. But I will say this, I do have a number 1 marketing strategy. Okay? So my number 1 marketing strategy, Denise, is trust. Always build trust. ABT is what my team internally knows it to be. Always building trust. And so when you look at your business, the best marketing strategy, not tactic, strategy I can give you, Denise, is always build trust. Build trust with your product. How great your product is, how phenomenal your service is, what the quality level of what you're delivering is. Build trust that way, because then inevitably people are going to go out and talk about it, right? Build trust with your process, the system with which you bring people in, how you interact with them, your transparency, your follow-up, all these things. When someone says yes to buying something from you, that's just the first stage, right? So always building trust. ABT. Remember that. Write this down, my friends. ABT. Always building trust. And then finally, from like a top of the hourglass perspective. So if this is the moment, okay, you guys, where somebody buys from you, okay, if this is the moment where somebody buys from you right here in the middle, grain of sand passes through, this is the individual, they get to here, they make the purchase. Okay, you're still building trust even while you're delivering what it is that they decided to buy. You're guiding them, you're helping them, you're following through, you're delivering your product or service, blah, blah, blah. The top part here, right, aka what they would call the top of the funnel. I hate the word funnel, but anyway, so the top part of the hourglass for me, this part here is also all about building trust. So this part is your content, right? Is it encouraging people to take a look at the challenges they're facing in regards to your product? Is it talking about different types or ideas of solutions so it helps move your client forward towards yours? Is it making you an invaluable resource for them? Is it helping them understand overall like what it is that your product and service does and how you're so different than everybody else? Is it building power and courage in the client so that they want to take strides forward and solve the problem? These are all trust creating communications and content pieces, right? And are you showing up all the time, daily, rhythmically, multiple times? Like, are you being consistent? Because trust is easy to form, right? But it's also easy to lose. So if you show up really, really effectively for 4 or 5 days out of the week, great. And then it's 2 more weeks since you post anything valuable. Are they going to trust you? No, you're going to start to erode that trust. Okay. So it's like there was a local business here that was super successful and a bakery. And then they wound up going into a situation where they weren't open that often anymore. And so their success really waned off because suddenly nobody knew when they were going to be open. It was kind of random. They'd just disappear for 6 or 8 weeks. They were so successful, they just went to France or they went vacationing down in the States somewhere. And it's like, okay, but I can't, like, I wanted this sticky bun. I wanted these beautiful breakfast muffins that you make, but I can't get them because I don't know when you're open. So they eroded the trust and now their business is suffering. Make sense, you guys? So ABT, best marketing strategy, not tactic, strategy I can give you is ABT, always building trust. Okay? All right. So let's get to the third question here. Third question is another one regarding content, in fact. This was from Mark. He emailed this over, and we were talking about social media stuff. He had picked up our Go Big and Go Viral 2024 content toolkit, calendar, everything else, right? This is an amazing product. And we're giving it away free. You can have this for free right now. For free right now. I'll actually bring it up. There you go. So there's the QR code. You can scan that, or if you're watching on a phone, I will bring up the banner for it. There it is right there. But Mark's question. So how often should you be posting? So the really simple answer to Mark's question is that as often as you can, right? As often as you can. Imagine social media is the most widest, fattest, biggest river of content and information you could possibly imagine. Okay? Like it is, I can't remember, I used to know these numbers off the top of my head, but the amount of video content and everything else that's being put out there is tremendous. So you are a single drop of water in a huge river, and you're hoping, you're just praying that somebody sees your post from 3 days ago and takes action. How many drops of water have gone into the river of their social media in those 3 days? Millions, literally millions. So the social media game is a game of 3 things. Value. First of all, it's got to be value. If it's not valuable, people aren't going to pay that much attention. And value can be a number of different factors, which I'm not going to dive into today. In fact, we did. I think our video last week talked about value being and what that really means. But ultimately, value. Number 2, it's got to be quantity, right? So quantity of stuff. You've got to be producing a reasonable amount on a really regular basis, like daily, if you want to do well in the content game. And then number 3, consistency. Okay, the only way to build up the layers and layers, pardon me, of trust that you need in order to succeed on your social media is consistency. So as an example of numbers, to answer Mark's question, right now, let's see here. Okay, how often? So we post about 3 times a day, Mark, right now, and I did these numbers really fast, okay? About 3 times a day on 5 different platforms. Most of what we post is all short form video stuff. I do some graphics, but it's a lot of short form video. People pick it up fast. We're talking 30 seconds, 45 seconds or less. 5 times a day, 3 different posts, 5 different channels. That's approximately 15 posts per day. And that's about 105 posts per week and about 450 posts per month. Okay, so I'll break that down one more time. 3 posts, 5 channels, 7 days a week, one every single month, is about 450 posts per month. And we average about 100 views per post. Some are low, like 20s, some are into the several thousands. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, that much production, that much content is the thing that's producing anywhere between 40 and 50,000 views on our social media. And we've taken the last 6 months to build that up. Okay, so we've gotten to an average of about 50,000 views every single month on our social channels over the last 30 days. So to give some perspective, Mark was asking me this question because he was posting 3 times a week. 3 times a week. And we're posting 105 times a week. Okay, 3 versus 105. It doesn't take very long to realize that Mark's content's just going to be absolutely buried by not only content from my channels, but content from the thousands of other channels, the millions of other channels. So I don't tell you this information to discourage you. I tell you this information to hopefully reset your metronome of expectation. Okay? For example, last week I was doing a preliminary interview with Sir Darren, and you guys are going to love him. I've got him on next Wednesday for an interview here for the Inner Circle members. You're going to love this guy. He is knighted by the monarchy of Spain. He's an incredible individual. So Sir Darren's going to join us. And I was asking him about how he achieved his success in the mid to late 90s and early 2000s. He reset my metronome of expectation. He said he would make, on average, 400 phone calls a day growing his coaching company. 400 phone calls a day. 2,000 calls a week until his company, for as long as it took for his company to really start building momentum. And he did that for a while. He said at least a year, maybe 2, as he got his company really rock and rolling strong. 400, and then a multitude of zeros. 4 and then 2 zeros. Okay, 400 calls per day on his dialer. Open the phone book and would just start calling companies to do C-suite executive coaching and stuff like that, speaking, seminars, that type of thing. So what is your metronome of expectation, right? I just had to reset Mark's earlier this week saying, look, we do 450 posts a month and you're doing 12. So when you're not happy with the results from your content, the fact is you got to look at the volume. Value first, then quantity, then consistency. Those are the layers. Foundationally, it has to be valuable. Then you've got to do it often enough, and then you have to do it for long enough to see the pinnacle, which is the peak of the results. Does that make sense, everybody? And if you're wondering whether it's worth it or not, the fact is the value of doing that is something that you're investing in. You're investing in your brand and your reputation over the course of time. You're investing in the ability for someone to go, oh, I need this done. I need to reach out to this company. They're top of mind. It's like Christine McGee from Sleep Country, Canada, right? She was asked why she does so many radio commercials. And she said, look, the fact is, I never know when Michael needs to buy a mattress, but I want to be top of mind as soon as he does, which means I've got to be there over and over and over again, day after day after day, week after week after week, year after year after year, until the point where he's ready to buy something. And then I'm here. And she's the most successful mattress company in the country. And that's the major reason. Okay. So from our live audience, anybody have any questions about our questions? Any questions about our questions that we got covered today? And if you're getting good value out of this, just put a thumbs up in the chat box or in the comment section, anything like that. And I am going to jump over here and while we just wait to see if there's any questions, I'm just going to set up here, you guys, for our little demo. There we go. Let's take that out. Okay, cool. Any questions? Sorry, looking through my comments here. I think we're good. All right, beautiful. So let's transition over then. All right. So this here, whoops, transition. Perfect. We should be. Okay, cool. Take studio mode off. There we go. Excellent. Here we are. So now what I want to show you guys is something tremendous. So right here, okay, is a new technology that we're mastering and working with. And you can use it for your business. It will be absolutely tremendous for you. And what that is a very specialized form of video. So check this out.
Welcome. Thanks for coming to see us. Let's get straight on with the interview.
So she's talking, right?
Do you believe every child has the right to a good education?
Boom. The video stops. 2 questions pop up. We are creating interactive video. Interactive video. Video that engages the audience. Video that demands that they take a step. Video that somebody's watching, and rather than being in the passive mode, you suddenly jerk them into active mode. They have to go, oh, hang on a second. I want to know more information about this thing, or I want to answer this question. And suddenly you're creating this highly engaged audience member. Imagine this for product demonstrations. Imagine this for any type of interaction that you want to create, or sort of demos, or any type of really, really cool deep dive on a subject that you want to go into. But you're giving it up to the consumer. You're giving it up to your audience to be able to control the interaction, to be able to engage and control the interaction, right? Lisa has is that an excited emoji, Lisa, or it's a little laughing emoji from YouTube? Perfect. Pardon me. The fact is, imagine the possibilities of this. So now they're sitting here, they're looking at this video, and now what do they have to do? They have to go, okay, I'm going to say yes.
Right, now, we want to tell you about some decisions that need to be made. We want to know what you think.
The council wants to buy 85% of our school field. If we sell, we will not be able to play outdoor sport on the field.
And we will have to walk 20 minutes to the local leisure centre.
But it will give us the money to improve our IT facilities.
What would you do?
Here you go. How much can you find out about your audience by engaging them with this highly interactive video process where they're deep diving into the subject, they're finding out more and more information. You could be showing a piece of furniture. You could be showing a vehicle. You could be showing I love shoes. I was talking about shoes. You could be talking about your course or your program and saying things like, would you like to know more details about what's inside the course? Would you like to find out what the pricing is for the course, or what we have as our special offer? You're giving the client options. They're suddenly now going, right? Where could I go with this? How could I do this? What would interest me, right? And so now we pop over to here, keep the school field or sell the school field. Well, we want to keep fields, don't we?
Our teachers are really worried because some of our friends are turning up at school hungry.
A supermarket has offered to provide breakfast for us, but we'd have to pay 50% of the cost.
But if we do that, we'll not be able to afford the school trip to Paris.
What would you do?
Once again, more interaction, right? Think about the type of information you can glean from your clients' interests, from your prospects as to what they find important, as far as what parts of your offer really resonate with them or don't resonate with them. Imagine the power. And here's the thing I'll tell you right now. As a marketer myself, having marketed hundreds of different products for dozens and dozens and dozens of companies, the most powerful lead you can have is one that's engaged, that they're literally interacting with your lead magnets. They're interacting as an audience member. They're paying attention. They're on the edge of their seat rather than sitting back passively. Can imagine they're on their phone right now and they're scrolling through and they see your video. Okay. They go to the video. They want to find out more. They click on the demo, or they click on the, here's a deep dive on this item, and it stops. The video stops and they go, what's happening here? And it pops up with these buttons. not only are they going to be like, what is this? This is interesting. But suddenly now they're really engaged on their phones. They're really engaged on their tablets. They're really engaged in your media, and they're going deeper and deeper and deeper. And they're no longer sitting in a passive state. They're now in an engaged, active state. And what's amazing about that is that you're building a train of yes interactions. Yes, I want more. Yes, I want this. Yes, I want that. No, I don't. Like yes, 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 yes. It's all based on their preferences. And then at the end, here's the other amazing thing. Okay. So we're going to buy breakfast for people. There we go. Everyone's buying breakfast. Right?
Thank you for taking the time to see us. We think you might have what it takes to be a school maker.
Now all you have to do is hit the apply button.
So this was something we whipped together for a company, right? And so there's the apply now button. And what happens is now it's an interaction. So they click on the apply button, and this is just going to take you to our website, okay, as the demo version, right? So now it just pops over. Oh, you can't see it because it's not sharing that particular screen. But the point is when you click on the apply now button, it takes them to a URL, which can have a form on it, which can have all sorts of cool stuff on it, right? Which can have all sorts of engaging, interesting things. The fact of the matter is, this level of interaction is absolutely going to revolutionize and change the way things are. Laughing 4,000 calls. Lisa's saying that she's getting a ton of phone calls during this particular live. You know what? I totally get it. I have to take the phone out of my office when this happens because it rings so much. But the power of this tech to be able to engage an audience, keep drawing them back to you, right? And keep pulling them into what it is they want to find out about is tremendous. Imagine using your content calendar, okay? And you pop over and it is February, and one habit that your avatar needs to start today to achieve a desired result. That's number 7. But you take that piece of content for February the 7th and you start to work it into an interactive video. And you say, look, this is a habit that I know people are struggling with. Is this something that you're challenged with? Yes or no? And when they say yes, you can give them value. When they say no, you can be like, oh, amazing. Good for you. I've noticed that a lot of people who say no, X, Y, Z, it's basically like a survey, but it's done through video. It's far more engaging and interactive. And it's a very powerful, powerful media asset to build for your business. And we're offering this product privately now. Okay. So we have some special beta pricing. We have some special cool ideas about how we want to interact and use this product for people. So if you'd love to find out more about interactive video, okay, and find out more about what it can do for you and your company, then please reach out through our channels. Best thing you can do is you can email us, team@thankyouMediaGroup.com. I don't know if I've got that email address here. I don't think I got it here. So team@thankyouMediaGroup.com. Or you can just message me here on YouTube, message me on Facebook. Okay? Any of those options will work. But this type of tech, my friends, this type of tech can really, truly change the ballgame for you because it can create an engaged lead that's fascinated by what it is that you're offering, and they're illustrating to you over and over and over again their depth of interest, right? They're driving deeper and deeper all the time. So just by a quick show here, anybody who is watching here live have any questions about the tech or any curiosities about it whatsoever, you can post it in the comments. I do see them if you've got any questions. Any questions about this really cool interactive video technology? And it's no problem if you don't. That's totally cool. We have a few people watching live here, so I'm just curious about that. And as I said, if this is something that would be interesting to you, if this is something that would have an appeal to you and you think could work for your business, then please reach out, right? We can help you put together the scripting of the videos. We lace it all together. We embed this. Like, as you can see, this is embedded onto a page, right? So you can embed this basically on any WordPress website. You can embed it on any single funnel landing page or anything like that. I built a simple page inside our CRM and marketing software BAMO. I embedded this video in there, and it's now an interactive, engaging asset for the company. All right. So this is some really cool stuff I'm excited about. You can imagine how powerful this can be for educating people and doing demos of what it is that you offer. Really tremendous. And I'm excited to see where this type of technology can take us and what type of really cool interactive media we can start to generate by simply creating video and engaging the client on this journey. It's like a choose your own adventure, right? A choose your own adventure through your own media. Super powerful, super cool. And if you have any questions about it or any interest, please reach out. I would love to show you more about how this works. All right, my friends. So once again, getting back to this, we are offering this really, really, really cool social media calendar right here, our 2024 social media calendar. Oh, wrong side. This is a tremendous asset. You can go and you can grab it free. I'll put up the tool right there to go grab it free. So you can snag this here. And I'll tell you right now, this is my best friend when it comes to developing my social media. And getting back to Mark's question, like how often should we post? When you've got a calendar of information laid out, you can batch all your content, get it all pre-recorded, get it all pre-done, and then you can just go about posting like crazy after you've got this thing all ready to rock and roll. So go grab your 2024 social media calendar and toolkit. It's completely free. And take a look at how engaged you can get your audience with this social media plan. I mean, it's all mapped out. All the pieces are figured out for you, right? You'll now know what to do, when to do it, right? What to say, all that stuff. We even put at the back here, and this is a part that I was really pushed for and was very happy about, that you can create a bunch of viral video and caption hooks, right? So hooks and headlines, we give you a whole bunch of templates to use here that can really accelerate your engagement level and take them from your content over to a landing page that has your interactive video all laid out. And you can see how this whole thing laces together to create a highly engaged lead that really wants what you want. And it's all done in automation. Let the robots of social media and technology take care of all the heavy lifting. You make great content. You do some cool interactive videos with us. There you go. Your lead goes from your content, goes to your interactive video, raises their hand, gets deeper into who you are and what you're all about, and suddenly they're like, oh, I want what Lisa offers. Right? So this is the way you work it. And the 2024 social media calendar, I mean, really, this is a full social media little toolkit right here with all the viral captions. And then we've put over 90 really good high converting calls to action in here as well. So there's over 90 of these, right? So things like, all right, Diva, drop your 2 cents. I want your opinion, right? Great call to action to get somebody to engage, right? How does this particular situation make you feel? And you've got a post about something that happened, right? All sorts of really cool ideas inside this. And as I said, you can have all of this for free right now if you pop over to the time.thinkinmediagroup.com/go big, go viral 2024. So over 90 of these, pardon me. And then the other thing is that you've got all of these phenomenal engaging headlines, right? What is the great David Ogilvy, who was a marketing genius and a master of direct marketing and advertising. He said, you've spent 80% of your marketing dollar after you've written your headline. In other words, the headline is the thing that's going to grab people's attention. So I've given you over 150 of my favorite and best performing headlines, captions, hooks, right? And really, really cool things. So things like, let's debunk the myth about passive income is one of my examples, right? You've been doing blank wrong all this time. You've been doing Instagram blank all the time. You've been doing Facebook groups wrong all this time. You've been doing marketing for your shoes. Don't know why I'm so obsessed with shoes. Wrong all this time. Anyway, you get the point. And so this is a great way of having a whole bunch of really creative ideas. As I said, you can grab this free. And If you are fascinated by this interactive video software that we're launching, guys, this thing is going to be, you're about to see a whole bunch of it on my own profiles and my own web pages as we're doing a BAMO demo that's highly interactive. We're doing all these really cool things with it. So I think you're going to absolutely love it. Hey, we've got some people saying hello here. Hello, Robert. Hey, John. Hey, guys. Real quick, did you guys put in the comment section, did you guys grab your free social media 2024 calendar yet? Robert, John, you got to go grab your free calendar. Jump on over there, my friends, and grab that. And it's it's tremendously powerful, my friends, to create an engaging lead. Remember, we talked about, my mom says shoes for Christmas. Yeah, I guess so, Mom. Yes. But we talked about the fact that when you have an engaged lead, they're far more likely, they're way higher up the possibility of actually doing what it is that you want them to do, buying what it is that you want them to buy. So as many times as you can, get out there, create an engaged lead, get people to raise their hand and participate, and having interactive video where the person's literally answering questions to get the next stage of the video. So powerful. We've seen this before when it came to locking part of the video. So they'll watch a value video and then you say, and these are the 3 things that I did to solve this big problem. And then whoop, up pops this form. It says, enter your email address and your name to get the next stage of the video. And that's fine. It's a bit of a bait and switch tactic for me, which I find kind of irritating, but it is effective. Okay. Pattern interrupt video like that is effective, but I'm really interested. And I think if you're watching this, then you're probably with me, really interested in the idea of going, hey, let's create this really cool value video that is basically a choose your own adventure process for the prospect. And they can work their way through my software demo. They can work their way through my coaching or my course explanation on their own and work their way through it. It requires some scripting. Yes. It requires some help from our team. Yes. And it requires our really cool technology. Yes. But other than that, it's beautiful. It's powerful. And I think you're going to absolutely love it. So once again, my friends, thank you much for watching this. And I'm looking through my comments here. Rob, John, go get your Marketing 2024 social media calendar. Go grab it because you'll love it. And seeing if anybody posted anything else. No. Okay. I think we're good. We answered a ton of questions today, so that's awesome. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. It's been an absolute slice. I have been Michael Bridgman. You, my friends, have been awesome. And this has been another episode of the Marketing Wizards Inner Circle. I will see you next Wednesday when I interview the amazing Sir Darren. You're going to love this guy. And other than that, my friends, go out there, enchant your audience, make some magic happen, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now.